Good morning, colleague teachers and students. I am from Kwame, a mathematical enthusiast and a mathematical teacher of Michelle Com 2 JHS in the Katamansu Municipal. Today, I want us to make meaning out of one of the things that we used to teach our students. I know we teach that if you have -2 minus -7, it ends up becoming -2 plus 7. So how do we make meaning out of this intuitively? Why is it that two negative numbers in between two numbers would end up to become positive? Let's journey through to see why it is so. I want to use the intuitive approach. That is what most of our learners can relate to. So, for instance, I would use a scenario where someone, or let me use a learner, is owing 2 cedis. A learner is owing 2 cedis. And then the parent of the learner is informed that the learner is owing 2 Ghana cedis. Now, it is expected that the parent would defray the cost of these 2 cedis that the learner is owing. So we ask ourselves, how can this parent defray the cost of 2 cedis that our learner is owing? That parent is expected to defray. The defraying is negative or minus the 2 cedis. So the defraying is negative or minus whatever he's owing. So if you are owing something and you want to defray it, it is going to be minus of whatever you are owing. If I have 2 and I want to defray this 2, it's going to be minus the same thing. So in the same vein, if I have -2 and I want to defray it, it becomes -2 minus the same -2. So it means that -2 minus -2 should go to 0. So if -2 minus -2 is going to 0, and it means that this is one way of defraying the cost of 2 cedis owed by the learner. Another way of defraying that cost is that because the learner is owing 2 cedis, the parent must give out 2 cedis. Giving out 2 cedis makes it +2, and that would make the learner's cost that he or she is owing of 2 cedis become 0. So if you defray the cost of -2, you have 0. If you give out -2, it means you are defraying the cost of -2. So it means that either this or this will produce the answer 0. So if -2, -2, and we are using minus -2 on -2 and we have 0, and we are adding 2 to -2 and we have 0, then it means that negative of -2 should become positive. Intuitively, our learner gets to understand that negative of -2 becomes positive. Now, the other way around is -2 plus -3. How would our learner get to understand this? So intuitively, we can explain this as you are owing 2 Ghana cedis and you are owing 3 Ghana cedis. So if we add up what you owe, you are going to owe -5. Now we're going to owe 5, which is -5. So we are adding up what you are owing. And if you subtract 3 from -2, it will also result in -5, which means that if positive and negative or plus and minus are in between 2 and 3, the result becomes negative. So this is how our learners will intuitively get to understand that when you have two negative signs, which ideally one is minus and one is negative, in between two numbers, the result will be positive. Thank you.